Hey YouTube fans, it's Mark, Hair BMW here. Right now you're looking at my '06 330i. My previous car was an '01 Z3 2.5i, and I just absolutely love working on my BMWs. There are lots of other great car makes out there in the world. I've decided that I really like the BMW, and the more I work on them, the more I'm around them, the more I am amazed at the engineering that goes into them. They're so well thought out, they're so well engineered, they handle amazing, I think they look great. I think this car in particular of all the 3 series was the best looking. Again, it's a completely subjective opinion, but that's the way I feel about it. And I have received a couple of questions since I got posted on E39 Source, which has just been an amazing experience. If you guys are BMW guys and you really want to get the videos that you're making seen, there's nobody that I've seen that can compare to getting them on E39 Source. So that's about it. It is about 5:30 on a beautiful spring evening. Our humidity hasn't set in yet, so we're just enjoying this gorgeous weather. What are the next major projects to do on the car? And that's easy. Actually, there are a few little projects here and there, but the next big one is going to be buying my dual action polisher and the supplies that I need to do a complete paint correction on this black car. It is not nearly in as good a shape as it looks. You know, just tremendous number of swirls and scratches. There are a couple of little dents. There's one that is probably going to be almost impossible to see, but it's right there. And oh man, I just see I got some. The downside of living by the river is you get birds. I got to get that off of there. So anyway, and there are some areas where they've done some touch-up with the little touch-up paint. So, you know, those are just kind of globbed on. I don't know. There's another little dent. It's hard to get it to pick up. There's another little dent right there. Those I can't do anything with. I'm not too worried about them. The whole front bumper has got a lot of cracks and things all across the bottom. Just, you know, curb rash, I think. I did learn this past weekend when I was cleaning the car. I kept trying to clean the rear seats and the stuff kept coming out. So finally I took the rear seat out, and I mean, that right there is just a pile of all the crap, the little toys and the, I don't know, candies and all that stuff that came out from under the seat. So at some point there was children living in this car, and I suspect that answers the question about how my air conditioning vent in the center console got knocked out. And but I have to say, given that there were young kids probably in car seats in the car, the back seat's in amazingly good condition, and I cleaned it up, vacuumed it out, shampooed the carpet a little under the seat, and you really would never know. So that's the plan. Longer term, I think Ryan on E39 Source just replaced his get my hand out of the way. He just replaced his hubs on the front of his M5, and I suspect that may be something I need to think about doing, only because when you're driving straight down the road, car's amazing, but when you go like into an off-ramp where you're turning and putting G-forces to the side of the car, I feel more than hear. In fact, I don't hear at all. Sort of a grinding, scraping. It's subtle, and the car's still new, and sometimes you just see and feel things that aren't really there. But I think that might be what it is. The brakes appear to be in really good shape. The pads are good. The discs are good. So my suspicion is that it could possibly be the hubs, and I definitely will need to do new struts and shocks, or struts, whatever technically they're called, all the way around. When I had the wheels out to do the angel eye bulb and the washer fluid pump on both sides, the boot that covers the top part is gone, or not gone, it's there, but it's been pulled down, and there's no telling how many miles are on there. Again, because I don't know anything really about the car's history that's anything after 2009, I want to, over time, go through and do the transmission fluid and filter, do brake fluid, oil change. You know, that's pretty straightforward. I would do those anyway. The spark plugs and coil packs, you know, I mean, just the normal stuff. With my 01 Z3, I mean, somebody got an incredibly good deal when they got that car anyway. I don't know what the dealer did with it. It's not on his lot here in town, so he probably wholesaled it or whatever. But I had just replaced, and you can see my videos on my site, I had done an oil change, I had done coil, boot, spark plugs. I mean, I had just gone through and done all that stuff on the car, and it really didn't need it. But that car was in such perfect condition, and I had no projects, so I started creating them. So that's okay. It's what I enjoy doing. It's how I like to spend my free time, and so, you know, it's all good. It doesn't matter. But somebody, probably having no idea what they're getting, is getting, I would have to say, and I've seen a lot of Z3s, but I would venture to guess they're getting the best Z3 that's out there on the road today, hands down. There are at least a dozen of them in this little town. I've seen every one of them up close, and that one was hands and feet above all the others. It only had 63,000 miles and change on it, and it had brand new I mean, just everything. Everything was just mint on that car, except, and I take full responsibility, except for the little dent in the trunk lid where I dropped a paint can on it. So that was slated to be fixed in another couple of months. But anyway, I still think of the little two-seat sport cars, that Z3 is the best bang for the buck. The Honda S2000, you know, nice car. It's great for autocross. But if you've ever been in one, it's like being in a sardine can. It is incredibly tight. And the Mercedes, you know, they just don't do it for me. I think for that vehicle, for that two-seat roadster, nothing compares. And please, nothing against the Miatas, but they're just not in the same league, handling wise and engineering wise. They're like the S2000. Well, not quite like the S2000. The S2000 is really probably a little better engineered and built, but the Miata is just a great top-down, go ride for the weekend car, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's probably very good at that, but it's not quite the same. Anyway, I have rambled on enough. I think I've answered the questions that were asked. I'm thrilled to be asked questions. I think this is just really cool. Again, I have to give a shout out to John Kerry, 1963 Jag. He's kind of set the bar for me. Always talking about the weather, which is great, because when we were in the depths of a lousy winter, we were looking at his California weather, working on a really great car, doing it largely himself, the 63 Jag, and really got a knack for being able to lay out and explain what he's doing and how he's doing it. So I'm trying to emulate some of those characteristics. I try and think these videos through a little bit and be organized, and so it's nice when people watch them. I probably would keep doing them even if people weren't, but it is nice when people watch them. The comments are great. I try and answer every one of them, and as of today I actually had 3 subscribers, but only 2 of them I know who they are. I guess one of them is not marked as shareable or public or whatever, but nevertheless it's 3 people that I'm glad they're looking at my videos, and I hope they like what they see, and that's about it. So I hope you all have a great day.